The opposition has been relentlessly pursuing what it alleges is a political conspiracy, a $500 million commitment to the Great Barrier Reef.
Malcolm Turnbull and Josh Frydenberg handed over
$500 million
in a private meeting based on a lie.
They didn't ask for it. There was no tender process.
The Turnbull government's dodgy decision
Has been an inappropriate and dodgy use of taxpayers' money.
This stinks.
Labor's prosecution rests on a meeting held in Sydney on the 9th of April this year. In the room was John Schubert, the chairman of the Great Barrier Reef Foundation, Environment Minister Josh Frydenberg and Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. To the complete surprise of the foundation, Schubert was told the organisation was getting a $440 million grant it had not asked for or applied for. There were no public servants in the room.
So this must have been pretty gobsmacking news to receive.
Look, it was a complete surprise.
Labor's painted the funding as a conspiracy of epic proportions.
The fact of the matter is the foundation works closely with the CSIRO, with AIMS, with the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority, so much so that when Labor was in office, Labor decided to provide money to the foundation.
Giving $500 million in one lump to a small private sector foundation certainly seems to break every rule in the government grant book. But a commitment made to the UN body that oversees the World Heritage Sites in 2015 to spend $716 million on the reef by 2020 may be behind the shock decision.
If it wants to keep the World Heritage listing, it has to show that committee that it's made some substantial effort.
Environmentalist and businessman Jeff Cousins believes the grant was a bit of creative accounting, so the government could show it was sticking to its $716 million commitment.
The government can now say, we've spent, in quotes, the $444 million because it's gone out of the government coffers. Not a dollar of it, of course, has been spent on the reef or will be spent, at least not much of it, by 2020. I mean, it's really, I think, a piece of chicanery.
If we put the process questions aside, though, many environmentalists welcome the large funding boost, but see challenges for the foundation to overcome.
It's very difficult to hand out grant funds, to actually do it effectively, get good value for money and still achieve the overall outcomes. And the biggest danger is you don't get caught in creating another bureaucracy.
Well, I don't think anyone should be particularly critical of this small foundation. It has some modest achievements. In terms of the big environment groups, it actually hasn't been all that successful in raising money, but what it's done fairly well.
The gutting of the public service has often left governments without the skills to actually run programs. You might remember the Pink Bats fiasco of 2009. It became coalition shorthand for mismanagement and waste. The problem was the Environment Department wasn't equipped to run the program. It didn't know how to go about actually getting insulation into people's roofs. The irony now is the department's given $500 million to a private foundation, which, in all likelihood, will end up giving grants back to government bodies.
What the government's done now is effectively privatise the role of the public service.
That's the absurdity of what has happened here, that the government has sent money to a foundation that gives money to the government.